Alrighty, hello and welcome back. Okay, so let me get you caught up. What you're seeing here is the final screen for a run I did after a few other consecutive runs, and we have now finally hit the 1.5 billion mark. So hopefully what's supposed to happen is when we exit this dungeon, it's supposed to trigger the quest for this. So let's go ahead and do that first, and then I'll catch up how I got to this point. So you can see we have a lot of the mythic tier stuff here. So mirror shields, fabulous armor, balloon blade. Let's see, what else we have? There's something in particular that I'm looking for, but I don't think you get it until level 9,000 in this area. So, and then the rest of it looks like just the normal stuff. So, okay. You can see there's 104 pages of loot, and you can see it's a ridiculous number. So this was 13,648 enemies. I ran, again, for this particular run, I went from level 1 to 6,257, and that was in the Lair of Despair. So anyways, we have hit it. Let's go ahead and see if this triggers the event that I'm hoping it will trigger so we can start earning caps. This run should have netted way over 1.5 billion, but I don't know if it caps that for your first time or not. Not to be interpreted as like a cap, but I don't know if it just says when you hit 1.5 billion, you can't get more than that. So we'll see. If I have additional caps afterwards, you'll know that it counted over that, but let's find out. Here we go. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking for. So now it says I'm down to 500 million. So I'm going to guess that, well, whatever. Let's find out. A mystic cap. So it only gave me one. That's too bad. But alright, that's fine. Yeah, it seems you collected over 1.5 billion gold while questing. Fused into a cap. What a strange coincidence, indeed. So that's 1.5 billion is the gold cap. So if anytime you go over that, you're obviously going to make a cap. Oh, there's a use for them, all right. Okay. So as an example, yeah, you see he's 50 caps. That's how we'll get him. We won't be doing it the other way, but... So did I actually get a cap? How do I even know? It doesn't show me anything. Well, this is a good summary of where my stuff is, and then I'll get you caught up on the other stuff. 250 on health. I know I increased that. 250 on gold. Let's see here, 405%, or 405, so 1,215% magic boost, and 200 on the dark mage. I can't remember. I think those are the only ones that I increased since the last time you guys have seen. Okay, so how did I get to this point? Well, you'll notice on the main dungeon, I can go all the way up to 7501. When we left off last, I believe in the last episode, I was at 2800, floor 2800. So what I did, the first one I ran was 2800 to 3526, and I made about 103 million, right? Then I did from 326 to from 326 to 5008, right? And I'm just pushing the main dungeon so that I can get capped out versions of the equipment that I was using previously, which I will show off in a moment. And in that run, I got 144 million. And then I went from floor 5008 to 5707, and I made another 193 million. And again, all this money is being funneled into the relics, right? And then from that point, I went from floor 5707 to 6309, and I made 203 million. And then I started at floor 6309 after funneling more stuff into my relics, and I went to floor 7501. And I made 428 million gold that time. So, obviously I made a bunch, I slayed quite a few enemies, and I made, I brought home some decent number of essence as well during each one of those runs. Okay, so with all that being said, then I went into the Layer of Despair and started pushing Layer of Despair a bit. And the first run I did, I went from, I don't remember what floor I started on. I don't think I started at the beginning, but I pushed it to 4697, and I made, the irony was, and that was actually, I let that run overnight. I think I did start from floor 1 actually, and I ended up making 1.3 billion. So it was just shy of the cap. But then what happened was I funneled all that money into this stuff, and this is what you're seeing here with this in particular, as well as boosting the gold some more. And it was the run you just saw finish. That's the one that netted me well above 1.5 billion. I actually forgot how far we pushed it. Let's see here. 62.51 is where we pushed it. So, well, it may have been slightly higher than that, but that's what we can work to. So, anyways, that's pretty cool. I don't know where to go to see the caps. That's the thing that kind of annoys me, honestly. I know there's a place that you're supposed to be able to see it. Maybe now it's telling me I have to go earn a cap. So here's what we're going to do. Because it took away $1 billion and left me with 500 million, which is fine, I guess. But you'll notice when you're pumping something this high, just for 406, it takes 24.53. So I really kind of needed that. I thought it would give me a cap, but it looks like it actually caps how much you can get at the beginning, your first trigger. So this will be fun. I guess what we'll do is we'll pop in here and you can see what this type of power actually pulls. The idea typically would be to continue to pump this up. So let's do this a little bit. Now consider, we do have to remember we need at least 6,200, right? Because we got to use essence to warp. So let's not forget about that. So 6,200 is what we need. So let's put some of this in here. Look at how fast that disappears. That's 62K, not 6,200, so we're good. Okay, we'll stop at 445. All this is just pure damage. I'd like to pump some gold, and we will do that very, very soon. Also, I can convert 500 million is exactly like another 100,000 essence. So let's, since we're just going to warp here just for the fun of it, and try to get some caps. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and convert all of it. So we're going to be perfectly broke. Wait, no, because if I do that, I won't be able to hire my team, and I almost messed up. That would have been scary. So let's, well, first of all, let's also do this, liquidate. We have 671K that we're going to get just by the liquidation, which I would recommend doing liquidate every time you come back, honestly. Then we hire, and it's just going to put on what I've been putting on, right? Because there is some additional progression here after we get to where we need to be. All right, so this is what I had started running. I started using these guys, which is damage reflection, magic boost, and physical boost, which that really is irrelevant. But what all did we get? Let's take a look at some of the stuff we might have gotten here. So damage reduction. So this is fabulous armor. So damage reduction, evade, and essence chance. Now, to my knowledge, it caps at 100%. So I don't know if that's not true or what, but as far as armor goes, that's the most interesting thing we have. Now, as far as weapons go, we've got an ogre club, which is cool for physical. We've got damage reduction, evade, and physical. Okay, so that's cool. We've got crit chance and crit chance for crit damage. That's actually really quite good. Crit chance, crit damage, also great, but not for the build we're going with. Crit chance and damage reduction. Okay, and then crit chance, damage, gold earn, and better percent for items. So interesting, but nothing magical about that. I mean, it does give you this, whereas this gives you a straight up magic boost, 53% boost to magic attacks. I don't know. This might be worth throwing in just to get these bonuses. But for now, we're just going to keep this because I do know that that works. Yeah, I'll just leave that stuff. This is what I was running for these guys. I switched over because they're just not needed anymore. So this is mainly for this. And then magnets, and just to make it easy to make sure that they never run out of magic, which, you know, pretty soon I won't have these here. But just to make, well, actually, since we're doing a quick run, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep them for now, but we will be replacing this gear at some point. So anyways, this is what I would normally run. Okay, now that we have them hired, we can now do a full conversion. I like to just keep a little bit, just in case. Okay, we have 46K. And you'll be able to watch how fast this goes up. We have 109K more. So let's, we'll get, that just annoys me that it's not an even number. I don't know, I'm just a weirdo. Okay. How much higher can we get this? How much did we need again? I've already forgotten. 6,200, okay. $6,200. I think that's fine. Let's just go with 300% gold. So what we're doing right now is, I think I'll be more than powerful enough to do this. So why don't we just jump in? I'm trying to make sure I don't forget anything. Our pet has been maxed for a while. We're still using the magical boost. Now technically I could bring Jenny. And you know what? Maybe we will, just for even more boost. Plus I need to get her to level 6. So where does that put us on gold? So we're at 2385% gold, and then you can see the rest here. Essence, you really just don't need to go over 100, but you know, if you do, I don't think it's a bad thing. Okay, let's try it. So now our whole objective here is to try to get a cap. So let's go in, bam. And let's see how we do. Now it's going to be hard to follow on auto, but I'm going to try to read off what I see. Okay, so they're not immediately killing with just one shot from the AoE, but we're still definitely doing it. Let's look at their own. So that does 33K. That blast, that noxic blast, and you can see the bottom left, 15.6 million, 16.8 million, 17.4 million, 19 million. 20.5 million, 22.1 million. And that's the reason why I actually jumped to where we are in the current run here, because that will be the fastest way to get the most gold you can get. We just got 763 million out of that chest. I'm sorry, 763,000, excuse me. But yeah. So this bodes well. We were obviously already past the furthest that we were at. Okay, now here we go. We just had a problem with this. So let's see if they get destroyed here. They might. It's possible for sure. Okay. So he's shielded, which means when we lose him, then the run will be over. That's typically when it ends. So he shielded someone from getting killed, it looks like. But this is all forward progression in the dungeon as well, so this is pretty good, right? This is kind of getting towards the end game, I'd say. We need to get to at least level 10,000 in this dungeon. And that's also why my previous save game, I had not pushed past like dungeon level 10,000. It's just not necessary. When this is the end game dungeon. More things to kill, more money. I mean, everything about this is just better. Alright. And there we go with another quick kill. But we have to keep their health high enough so they don't get one shot. So that will be something I'm going to have to funnel money, not money, essence into. Oh, we've already got a cap. It is showing the cap there. I don't know if we just got that or if it's just only now showing that. Did that just happen? I don't know. I was not paying attention. But if it did just happen, then there you go. Now we see it. We see there's a counter at the bottom there. Bottom left, in case that wasn't obvious at this point. So I want to actually watch that happen on camera. I don't know if it's just counting the previous one that I got, or if that just happened, but you guys can let me know in the comments. Let's see. I wish money was this easy at the beginning of the game, but I mean, I say that, but that would have basically broken the game probably. So that means the previous run I would have had tons of caps. It's a shame in a way, but the other side of that is it doesn't really matter because I can easily run it now, so no biggie. Yeah, at this point it's just a matter of boosting all that stuff. Now, the one thing that now that we're at the power level that we're currently at, I'm going to prioritize unlocking the shifter, and I'm going to show off how that works. And ideally, it would have been in this video, but it may not happen in this video. So we'll see. But I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be able to happen that quick. Also, if you happen to be watching your runs, I would recommend, if you want fully hands-free, you can definitely do it. But anything that has the 80 as the last thing, I would recommend manually controlling for that. Until you're so overpowered that it doesn't matter. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's coming up right now. Okay, so we're only at 100 million. So yeah, that cap must have been there from the very beginning. So this is going to take a little bit longer than I hoped, which means I'm gonna have to come back once I have some caps saved up. 109 million is nice. I mean, it's not super slow, but it can be way faster. Per kill, we're getting, what does that say? 396k per enemy. So that's 1.2 million. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Oh well. I wasn't paying attention. This is the boss. You can take it off. See, so he doesn't get this ability. But whatever. I mean, we're fine. We can still get through it clearly, but it's a little smoother if you do it manually, but you don't have to. But yeah, now we definitely hit the end game here, and we're hopefully getting some more legendaries, or I'm sorry, mythics. Again, the main weapon that I'm looking for, I don't even think starts showing up until it's either dungeon level 9,000 or dungeon level 10,000, and only in this dimension, or dimension 2, but layer of despair, you know what I mean. So, the other dungeon, like the normal dungeon, is kind of useless to us now, because I had already capped everything you could possibly cap from that dungeon with a tier, like, top tier, like, 10 version of it. This poor little guy didn't stand a chance. But yeah, the shifters are the next thing we want to do, and then we have to buy all the guys back in the bar. We got to get the bar, like the shot keep, the wizard, and then you'll see what we do with the shifter when that comes up. Okay, that was 150 million, not 1.5 billion. So yeah, we got a ways to go. We do have a ways to go, but I'll continue to pump money into both making them more powerful and then also trying to get the gold boost as high as we can. And I guess the next time you see me, more than likely I'm going to have caps to spend, and I'm going to be showing off the shifter and what you have to do with the shifter to make them like super ultra powerful. So we are on the cusp of the final end game of this particular journey, which is really quite fun. There's a lot of AFK letting the game run though, so if you're not a huge fan of that, again, you may have already stopped at this point, but I enjoy it. Like, I'll set this before I go to sleep, and then when I wake up in the morning, like this morning I woke up to 1.3 billion earned, which is kind of nice. So you can kind of do that, and then sometimes I'll leave it, you know, running when I go to work, and when I come back, you know, bam, you got something chilling, waiting for you. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, we can definitely get money faster now, can't we? 7261 for the AoE. And his does decent damage too, so it's not bad. Okay, and infect where he shielded again, so we are pushing it kind of where we're currently at. Like, there'll be a point not that far in the future that we're probably going to be hitting a wall. I'm going to need to get more health so we can survive this stuff. Well, health is nice, unless, of course, you have way more power, in which case, then it won't matter. Yeah, those things are hard. So yeah, just in that amount of time, we're already at what? 215 mil? We've already collected 20k essence. I don't remember what we came in with, but I think that was relatively low, wasn't it? I don't remember. Alright, I'll see if I can catch the 80 so I can show you what I'm talking about. I mean, that was already 100 levels. It'll be a lot slower than normal, but if you do this and you do the blast yourself, 33,881, then you can just take this guy out without him getting an attack all. So sometimes I'll do that just when I happen to notice it going by in the background. See, if the computer would do that, then it would make it even better. But that's alright. We can't expect them to do everything, right? I mean, it's already playing itself for the most part. So yeah, at this rate, it shouldn't take that terribly long to get a couple of caps, and I'm pretty sure we need 5 for the shifter. So now technically, you could buy the shifter from the store, or like from their pay real money for it. I kind of feel like that would break the game early, but I mean, if you really wanted to do it, you certainly could. But you'll see why it's important. It'll be limited in power by one thing in particular. Uh-oh. This is another one you can turn auto off and kill her. That'd be like the undead boss, technically. That equivalent. Because she's the only one that summons that. And then just do that, and you're good. They'll still kill them, though. Hopefully I'm not making it seem like they can't do it on their own. They obviously can. The idea and the end goal, and I don't even know if I did this on my main game, would be to get to the point where when you kill one enemy, you get 1.5 billion. You hit the 1.5 billion gold cap. That's technically the ultra end game. Because then you'd have infinite caps, because you can just come in here and run it whenever you need the caps. But we'll get close to that. I can't guarantee we'll get that terribly powerful, but perhaps. It's a pretty strong build, though. So the time when I started to transition over to this was probably about the right time. Maybe I could have done it a little earlier. You definitely don't want to do it before you can really make some essence and funnel it into the magical attack bonus, as well as the Dark Mage relic. So there's really no sense in doing it before then, I don't think. Now, I could be wrong, and you can correct me if it's worked for you. But for me, I think when I did it was probably wisest. But these runs just go so much faster. It's unbelievable how much you can get done. I mean, what, 40 more levels? We've already done, what, a couple hundred levels? Yeah, this definitely is the cap I initially earned. I'm not sure why it's not triggering what I thought it was going to trigger, but... so yeah, I may be coming back if it gives me another interaction. I believe what's going to happen is... If memory serves, which it probably doesn't, but what's supposed to happen is that center dungeon, the warp little portal thing, should unlock and give us choices for even more stuff to purchase. So between that and the shifter, as well as saving up caps to buy your shopkeeper and your wizard and your gladiator and whoever the fourth one is, I don't recall. And then in addition to that, boosting your normal relics here. And yeah, there's still plenty of game to enjoy if you're loving it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so we're not even at 500 million yet. So that's, maybe I should have kept the 500 million I have. I don't know if it counts based on what we currently have or not. But either way, it's a learning process. And here we are with this again. Oh, really? Okay, well that's inconvenient. Okay, well that just ended our run. Perfect. All it took was that one thing. That's unfortunate, but whatever. 348 million is what we earned right there. 11.3k. Okay. So he's still not saying anything. Interesting. It looks like I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have no choice but to continue to run that. Well, that's... Okay. I don't see anywhere else to use caps. Like, if I... Okay, I could use a cap here. Oh, here it is. I see. Now, why on earth... Why would you use one cap for 10 levels? That is terrible. I guess it depends on the level of the relic, right? Yeah. Interesting. This is not the most efficient way, but okay. And you can see it here now as well. Okay, well, so like if we did it here, it would be 2 caps. So essentially that's 3 billion gold. Now if you divide that by 5,000, I'm sure it won't be as good, but it is convenient. So anyways, well, that is a little disappointing. And also I took this guy off too, so maybe I'll re-equip him. Yeah, I'm going to do some farming off camera and see how many caps I can actually get. And let's just verify before I go here. Void Cola is in fact 5. So 5 caps, or you could pay $2, and you could get that at any point, I guess. I feel like this would completely break the game if you got him early, but you'll see why once we get to that point. I hate to bait you with that, but it is what it is. I thought I was going to be able to show off the whole cap thing, but no, I'll have to save some caps up. So that'll be the next thing I focus on, and I guess we'll pick it up from there. When I have at least 5 caps, I'll try to plan out better. Okay, who are the guys? So you need 25 caps for the gladiator, 100 caps for the owner, 50 caps for the shopkeeper, and I think he's 50 caps as well. Yeah, that's a lot. So that's going to take some serious time. Okay, well, that's amazing. This is where we're currently at in the Dungeon of Despair, or I'm sorry, Layer of Despair, whatever. And I just stopped at 7,500 because once you, like I said, once you get all the basic stuff capped out with like the gold tier, which is essentially level 10 of everything, you don't really need to keep running there, right? There's really no point. So yeah, we're good. Okay, well. I do hope you enjoyed. If you find yourself liking the video and you don't mind hitting that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, now would be an awesome time to do it. I do hope that we will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.